Hello everybody. Today we are going to see how we can master the art of public speaking. Speaking has since ages been an innate human quality in contemporary globalized world. Effective public speaking has become crucial both at individual and organizational levels. Public speaking is carried out with a clear motive to create effect on the intended audience. It enables the speaker to have direct impact upon the audience and thus makes it an effective medium to influence the audience towards an intended goal. However, not all the speakers are able to create the intended effect through their act of public speaking due to their unfamiliarity with speech techniques and delivery nuances. Many of us, though competent enough, often feel anxiety about speaking when called upon to speak in personal and public settings, such as interviews, presentations, meetings, conferences, group discussions, and many other speaking-related challenges in the present-day ever-changing social and corporate scenarios. Public speaking is an art. Over the years, public speaking has played a major role in the field of education, government, and business. Words have the power to inform, persuade, educate, and even entertain. The spoken word can be even more powerful than the written word in the hands of the right speaker. You will benefit from improving your public speaking skills. Some benefits to speaking in public include improved confidence, ability to advocate for causes, and more. How to prepare for a public speaking event. Practice and prepare. Be thorough with what you want to convey. Know your audience. Your speech is about them, not about you. The content must be relevant to the target audience. For example, you cannot present a light-hearted content in front of intellectuals, and if you present academic content to an ordinary crowd, you will not be able to establish a connection with them. It is essential to gauge the nature of the audience and what would interest them and present topics that they would find engaging. Next, organize your material in the most effective manner to convey the right ideas to the audience. Use your voice and hands effectively. Everything we do or say has an effect on others. The correct voice modulation will give an enriching experience for those who hear it. Therefore, speak in a calm, collected, and reassuring manner. This will instill confidence and calmness in those who hear your speech. The audience will undoubtedly react positively to speakers whose speech they found engaging and fulfilling. Hand movements could be used to emphasize what you say. Now let's move on to another topic. Use audiovisual aids wherever necessary. Public speeches can be of various types. It may be an extempore speech, or it may be broadcast on the media, or you may have to have the chance to prepare speech for an event for a topic. As you start your journey of public speaking, it is better to do speeches that you can prepare for beforehand. You may use audio script by which you can read what you have written. Gradually, as you gain confidence, you may progress to giving extempore speeches. Extempore speeches are impromptu speeches when you are asked to give a speech or say a few words without prior notice. You may have to speak without preparing beforehand at an event. In this instances, quickly make a mental outline of the points that you might want to convey to the audience. As you are talking about one point, make a mental note of the next point that you are going to speak about. This way, you will be able to maintain continuity of speech as you will not have to pause to think. Work with an outline. Create a mental outline of the points that you would want to cover and elaborate on these points. When doing a prepared speech, you can write down notes covering the points that you might want to cover in your speech. To help you become better at giving public speeches, we'll take a look at these 5 areas. Writing the speech, overcoming fear of speaking, practicing the speech, prepare your presentation slide designs, giving the speech. We will start with writing the speech. First, write an effective speech. The first thing to do is to write a well-organized, engaging speech, because even a great voice or charisma isn't enough if your material is not very good. Do some research to find out more information about what you want to speak. Jot down the points that are relevant to the topic. Make sentences that express correctly what you wanted to convey. Even experienced speakers struggle to form sentences which can convey their ideas precisely. Inability to form sentences which can convey their ideas precisely is a challenge that most face. However, in the current internet age, there are various tools available on the net that you can make use of in order to form sentences that convey your ideas precisely. Here are some tips now to overcome grammar mistakes and poor language proficiency. In case you are not proficient in the language in which you are going to present your speech, then write it down in the language that you know and paste it in Google Translate to translate it to the language in which you are going to present the speech. If you want to present a speech but you only possess basic or intermediate level of proficiency in that language, then you can make use of websites like Grammarly, which has a writing assistant and automated grammar checker. Then you could, by finding synonyms from the internet for words. Synonyms are words which has the same meaning as the word that you had intended in your mind. Now replace the simple basic words that you might have used with more academic words by the use of synonyms. This will serve to enhance the quality of your content in a major way. Writing the content of your speech involves evolution of thoughts and ideas. As you write a sentence to express one point, several other connected points may come to mind. First of all, write all the points that's in your mind as sentences as best as you know how to. Writing the content of your speech involves evolution of thoughts and ideas. As you write a sentence to express one point, several other connected points may come to mind. First of all, write all the points that's in your mind as a sentence as best as you know how to. Writing down content with correct evolution of ideas and points as you progress in the content is the first step. At this point, you would have expressed everything that you wanted to convey, but the content may still contain language with a basic level of proficiency, and it may still be full of grammatical errors and wrong sentence formations. The second step is to edit the sentence by arranging the words in a manner that is grammatically correct and in a way that conveys your ideas precisely. Replace with academic sounding words wherever possible. The content of your speech should reflect the evolution of your ideas. Research and include points that are engaging and give value addition to the audience. You should prepare content which will help the audience become wiser, enlightened, and in a better frame of mind after hearing it. They should feel that they got something out of it. Next, overcoming the fear of public speaking. Fear of public speaking is very real and can hold you back if you let it. If you don't feel confident when giving your speech, your listeners may pick up on it, and this can make your presentation less effective. You can overcome the fear of speaking by not thinking of the event or the audience or other distractions. Train your mind on what you have to say. Let that be the focus and your preoccupation in your mind. The key to not making mistakes during a public speaking event is to concentrate on the topic of the speech rather than concentrating on the audience. If you are looking at the audience, you may forget what you wanted to say. Instead, focus your mind on what you are saying and on the point that you are going to say next. This will help you to maintain the continuity of speech. Offload your mind from all other emotional and negative thoughts and feelings to lighten the mind in order to keep your focus on moving from point to point. Practice the speech. Even if you are not afraid of speaking in public, practice helps to give you a more effective speech. If you are in a rush, you may be tempted to skip practicing your speech to save time. While skipping practice may seem like a good idea, it really is not. Practicing your speech improves your public presentation skills. It increases your familiarity with the presentation. As a result, your speech will go smoothly. Prepare your presentation slide designs. Your slide design needs to be to the point. Make sure that it looks professional and easy to read. Make good use of tools like PowerPoint, Google Slides, or Keynote. The right template for your slide deck can make a huge difference to your presentation. Next, giving the speech. Now you've written a good speech, you will feel more confident about giving a speech in public if you have presented your speech well. You are ready to actually give the speech now. There are some tips and tricks you can make use of on the day of your speech to make your experience more smooth. Remember, you're giving a presentation before a live audience at a specific place and time. Your presentation should persuade, communicate ideas well. You should be able to form words and sentences in a way that make the right impact on the audience. Your speech should have a flow or continuity, and it should provide practical real-world solutions and end with a solid call to action. Appropriate voice modulation, the right use of body language and visual aids, coupled with effective audience engagement and speaking skills, will create the impact that you are looking for. Make sure that you create content which the audience is able to relate with for effective delivery of information in a way that makes sense to the listener. Tips for giving a great speech. Practice your microphone technique. Keep it short. Consider what your audience wants to hear. Pick a theme and stick to it. Evolve your ideas as you progress. Speak slowly. Pay attention to the mood of the audience. If the mood is dull, it will be a good idea to include a couple of jokes in your speech to amuse them. The key is to make sure to create content that is engaging and entertaining. If the audience feel that they have gained enlightenment and valuable information from your speech, chances are that they will feel very fulfilled and rate your speech highly. I hope the points that have been covered will help you to become an effective public speaker. We at B-GHUD wish you luck in all your public speaking endeavors. Thank you.